Hello, my name is Jim Johnston, Principal Engineer and Business Director for Bath Process Safety Management located in Corpus Christi, Texas. We have created a set of informative videos in order to provide you with a basic understanding of various codes and recommended practices that relates to process electrical safety. We hope you find these videos informative and insightful. Should you have any questions or comments, please feel free to direct those comments to our website at www.bathpsm.com.
What is a hazardous area classification compliance assessment?
A hazardous area classification compliance assessment for a unit or area is a gap analysis between the code requirements and recommended practices or guidelines for visible process electrical equipment and electrical installation practices versus the latest version of the hazardous area classification documentation. In other words, this will compare what's there to what's supposed to be there. You might be thinking, why is that important? The reasons are many, but the main one stems from the fact that process safety is the driver for hazardous area classification. Anytime a legal requirement is in place for a documentation or work practice, it is customary to have a check and audit assessment to determine how closely that requirement is being followed. The same is true for the hazardous area classification requirements that are put in place by OSHA 1910.119. The owning company or legal entity does not know the current state of hazardous area classification documentation and implementation unless a check or gap analysis is made. Let's note some additional benefits of a hazardous area classification compliance assessment to fully address the answer to this question. The hazardous area classification compliance assessment uses the latest version of the hazardous area classification documentation in place as record documents to perform the gap analysis. Incomplete hazardous area classification documentation within the assessment scope is quickly identified and the company or legal entity is informed. A thorough hazardous area classification compliance assessment requires boots on the ground or field walkdowns to accurately identify compliance issues for the area within the scope. A gap analysis for process electrical equipment and electrical installation practices cannot be determined from a simple plot plan or electrical drawings alone. A hazardous area classification compliance assessment performed by a third party or individuals external to the company or legal entity provides a third eye evaluation. This adds a level of confidence the findings are based on an independent review and not tied to an employer-to-employee relationship. The results of the hazardous classified location compliance assessments are typically published in a report which states the basis for the compliance assessment itself and the findings that are identified. Let's summarize. The benefits of a hazardous area classification compliance assessment accomplishes the following. 1. Authenticates the hazardous area classification assessment. 2. Provides a gap analysis between the electrical equipment and installation practices in place versus the reality of what is installed. 3. The assessment by a third party provides an independent set of eyes for the gap analysis. If you or someone in your organization desires additional information or services regarding this topic, please choose the link in this video description or go directly to our website at www.bathpsm.com.